Hi students, this is Botany PSR. In the previous class, I explained about andrecium. Today, we will discuss about gynoecium. What is gynoecium? What are the individual members called? And what are the types of placentation? What is placentation? Types of placentations. Those points we have to discuss today. Right, gynoecium. This gynoecium will be considered as female reproductive part of a flower. It is present as fourth whorl of a flower or second whorl of essential organs. The individual members in gynoecium are called carpels. These carpels are also called megasporophylls. That means stamens also called microsporophylls. Carpels also called megasporophylls. So, the female reproductive part of a flower is called gynoecium. Fourth whorl of a flower or second whorl of essential organs. Second whorl of essential organs means gynoecium. Second whorl of non-essential organs means corolla. Individual members in gynoecium are called carpels. Stamens also called microsporophylls. Carpels also called megasporophylls. The gynoecium contains one or more carpels. One to many. Each carpel contains, a carpel contains how many parts? 3 parts. Now look at here, my dear students. This is the basal swollen part called ovary, elongated tube-like structure called style, and this is the stigma. Style is present between ovary and stigma. Elongated tube-like structure called style, present between ovary and stigma. What is the function of stigma? It receives the pollen grain. Platform for pollen grains is stigma. Pollen grains may fall on stigma. Pollen grain receptivity part, stigma. Inside the ovary, ovules are born on placenta. A vertical line is there, no? A vertical line is so called placenta. The ovules are born on placenta inside the ovary. The cavity present inside the ovary is called ovarian cavity. This entire cavity is so called ovarian cavity, and the ovules born on placenta. The stalk of the ovule is called funicle or funiculus. So, a carpel contains how many parts? 3 parts. Stigma, receptivity surface for pollen grains. Style, elongated tube between ovary and stigma. Ovary, basal swollen part of carpel is called ovary. Inside the ovary, ovules are present. Ovules are present inside the ovary on placenta. Inside the ovary, ovules are attached at placenta. After fertilization, this ovary will develop into fruit. These ovules will develop into seeds. Now look at here, my dear students, carpels. These carpels may be 2 types, apocarpus, syncarpus. Apo means, what does it mean, apo? Apo means free. If carpels are many and free, that condition is so called apocarpus. Example code is L-ram, lotus, rose, annona, michaelia. Lotus, rose, annona, michaelia. Lotus, rose, annona, michaelia. Very, very important. Remaining plants are syncarpus. Syn means what? Syn means fused. If carpels are many and fused, that condition is so called syncarpus. If carpels are free, condition called apocarpus. If carpels are fused, this condition is so called syncarpus. Examples we may say brassica, mustard, tomato, asteraceae. So many families will come in syncarpus. Examples of apocarpus means, that is, carpels are many and free. Code is L-ram, lotus, rose, annona, michaelia. Apocarpus, carpels are many and free means like this. So many number of carpels are free like this. Each one is a carpel. That is so called apocarpus gynoecium. Syncarpus means, let us suppose this is one carpel, and here how many carpels are present, that means we are unable to say. So this is another carpel, this is again another carpel, third carpel, again fourth carpel, one is present inside the other. How many carpels are present? We are unable to say by seeing. So how many carpels are present means we have to cut the transverse section of ovary, that is TS of ovary. If we do the TS of ovary, transverse section of ovary, we are able to know the number of carpels in syncarpus condition. In syncarpus condition, one carpel is present inside another. To know the number of carpels, which part will undergo section cutting means ovary. LSR TS, TS. TS means transverse section. If we do the TS of ovary, we are able to know the number of carpels. Number of 1, 2, 3 like that. The cavity present inside the carpel is called locule. This is carpel, this is another carpel, this is another carpel. According to this diagram, 3 carpels. Number of locules, locule means inside empty chamber. 3 carpels, 3 locules, right. Next, after fertilization, ovary will develop into fruit, ovules develop into seeds. Ovary will develop into fruit after fertilization. Ovules develop into seeds after fertilization. The plant group that is having ovary and seeds is angiosperms. The plant that is having only seeds without fruit, that is gymnosperms. The plant group which is having only seeds and without ovary, without fruit is called gymnosperm. The plant group which is having both fruit and seeds is, that is angiosperms. Both fruit and seeds is angiosperms. Right. Next topic, placentation. What is placentation? What are the different types of placentations? The ovules are found in which part of the carpel? Inside the ovary. On which part the ovules are attached? On placenta. The arrangement of ovules on placenta inside the ovary is called placentation. The arrangement of ovules on placenta within the ovary is called placentation. Types of placentations, 5 types: marginal placentation, axial placentation, parietal placentation, free central placentation, basal placentation. Total how many types? 5 types of placentations are there. First one, marginal placentation. See, this is the diagram of marginal placentation. This is the ventral suture, this is the dorsal suture. Here these are the ovules are attached at ventral suture, that is margin of ventral suture. So, as the ovules are born on margin, ventral suture, this type of placentation is so called marginal placentation. Example, Fabaceae family. Example, P family, P, Pisum sativum. So, ovules born on ventral suture or margin. In how many vertical rows those ovules are arranged means 2 rows. So, ovules born on ventral suture in 2 rows. Arrangement of ovules in how many rows? 2 rows. Ovules are attached on margin, that is ventral suture. Don't say dorsal suture. This is ventral suture, this side is dorsal suture. This and the cavity present inside the ovary is called locule. Inside the carpel is called locule. This is one carpel. That is one locule. Generally, number of carpels is equal to number of locules. So, monocarpellary unilocular ovary present. Here this is one carpel, inside one locule, one carpel, one locule. Monocarpellary unilocular ovary found in which placentation? Marginal placentation. Which family? Fabaceae. Carpels 1, locules 1. Marginal placentation. This is about marginal. Next, axial placentation. Axial means the ovules born on central axis with the septa. With the septa, presence of septa. See, if you observe this diagram means this is one carpel, this is another carpel, this is another carpel. This part is so called central axis. This part is so called central axis. This part is so called central axis. Where do you find the ovules? Ovules are born on central axis with septa. Okay, number of carpels 1, 2, 3. Number of locules 3. So, number of carpels is equal to number of carpels is equal to number of locules here. Okay, so ovules born on central axis with septa, multicarpellary, multilocular ovary. Examples: China rose, tomato, citrus or lemon, onion. Next, parietal placentation. Now this is the diagram. See, this is the outer wall. This is the inner wall. This is the inner wall. This is the outer wall. So the ovules are born on inner wall of the ovary. This is the central part. This is the peripheral part. The ovules born on peripheral part of the ovary. No need to by heart. See, this is the outer wall. This is the inner wall. The ovules born on inner wall of the ovary, or this is the central part, this is the peripheral part. The ovules born on peripheral part of the ovary, that is so called parietal placentation. Ovules born on inner wall of ovary or peripheral part of ovary. Number of carpels is equal to number of placental points. Wherever the ovules are born, that is so called placental points. Placental points are placentae. According to this cucurbita, this is one carpel, second carpel, third carpel. Number of carpels 3. Here this is one placental point, second placental point, third. Number of carpels 3. Number of placental points 3 in cucurbita. If you observe this brassica, this is one carpel, this is another carpel. This is outer wall, this is inner wall. The ovules born on inner wall of the ovary, or ovules born on, this is central part, this is peripheral part. This is peripheral part. The ovules born on peripheral part of the ovary. The ovules born on inner wall of the ovary or peripheral part of the ovary. That is so called parietal placentation. Examples: brassica, argemone, cucurbita. This is the diagram of brassica. This is young ovary. This is young ovary. During maturation in brassica, what happens? A false septum is formed in between the two carpels like this. False septum. False septum is found in brassica. Which one? Brassica. Very, very important point. False septum called rhapllum found in brassica. And also you may say argemone also. Same story for both brassica and argemone. Number of carpels 2. Number of locules initially 1. Later it becomes 2 locules due to formation of false septum. So carpels 2, locules 1. Here carpels 2, locules 1. Here carpels 2, locules 2. There is no change in the number of carpels. Before number of carpels 2. After also number of carpels 2. C means carpels. Okay. So during before maturation number of carpels 2. After maturation number of carpels 2. Before maturation number of locules 1. After maturation number of locules 2. So that is unilocular ovary becomes bilocular ovary due to formation of false septum called rhapllum. This is found in 1 brassica and also say that argemone. Now say true or false. In brassica unilocular ovary becomes bilocular ovary due to formation of false septum. True. Now one more question. In brassica monocarpellary ovary becomes bicarpellary ovary due to formation of false septum. False. Monocarpellary becomes bicarpellary? No. Unilocular ovary becomes bilocular. That is correct. Carpels, there is no change in the number of carpels. There will be a change in number of locules. False septum found in brassica or argemone. So try to understand, my dear students. In cucurbita, number of carpels 3. In cucurbita, number of carpels 3. Number of locules 1. In brassica, young ovary contains number of carpels 2. Locules 1. Mature ovary, number of carpels 2. Locules 2. False septum found in brassica or argemone. Next, free central placentation. Now this is the diagram of free central. One carpel, second carpel, third carpel, like that many carpels are present. The ovules born on central axis. If we observe these two diagrams, ovules born on central axis, ovules born on central axis. Here septa present, here septa absent. So ovules born on central axis without septa is called free central. Free central means without septa. Degeneration of septa. So that is axial placentation differ from free central placentation in having septa. Free central placentation differ from axial placentation in lacking septa. Here no septa. Here septa. That is the difference. So presence of septa found in axial. Absence of septa found in free central. So how many carpels means? Actually according to this diagram 3 I have drawn. So generally multicarpellary unilocular ovary, very very important. Multicarpellary unilocular ovary found in, that is free central placentation. Example, Dianthus primrose. Dianthus primrose. Next, last one, basal placentation. What does it mean, basal? See, this is one carpel, this is another carpel. Total number of carpels, 2 carpels, like that you have to think. And this is the ovule. This ovule is attached to base of the ovary. How many ovules? Single ovule. How many ovules? Single ovule is attached at base of the ovary. That is so called basal placentation. Single ovule is at base of ovary. Base of ovary so called basal placentation. Example, how many carpels? 1 carpel. This is second carpel. Bicarpellary syncarpus unilocular ovary. If you observe this one means, how many number of ovules do you find in marginal placentation? Number of ovules, many. Number of ovules in marginal placentation, many. Number of ovules in axial placentation, many. Number of ovules in parietal placentation, many. Number of ovules in free central placentation, many. Number of ovules in basal placentation, only 1. that is ovule number is very much reduced in which placentation? Ovule number is very much reduced in which placentation? Basal placentation. One ovary contains number of ovules 1. One ovule become after fertilization it develops into seed, that is single ovulated ovary. Single ovulated ovary, that is ovary contains single seed, fruit contains one seed. So ovary 1, carpels 2, locules 1, seeds 1. Do you understand, my dear students? So carpels 2, locules 1, ovary 1, locules 1, ovules 1, seed 1. After fertilization, ovule develop into seeds. And unilocular ovary, where do you find? In marginal placentation, unilocular ovary present. Here, multilocular. Here, unilocular. That is, unilocular ovary found in means what we have to say? That is marginal placentation and parietal placentation, free central placentation, basal placentation. Multilocular ovary found in, that is axial placentation. See, marginal placentation shows unilocular ovary, parietal placentation shows unilocular ovary, free central placentation shows unilocular ovary, basal placentation shows unilocular ovary. Unilocular ovary found in except axial placentation. In axial placentation, what type of ovary do you find? Multilocular. Multilocular ovary found in axial placentation. So this is about gynoecium, my dear students. So what we have discussed means the gynoecium. Gynoecium is the female reproductive part. Individual members are called carpels. Carpels are also called megasporophylls. Carpels are also called megasporophylls, and stamens are also called microsporophylls. This gynoecium is considered as fourth whorl of a flower or second whorl of essential organs. The gynoecium is also called pistil. This gynoecium contains one or many carpels. Each carpel contains how many parts? 3 parts. From base to the tip, ovary, style, stigma. Ovules are present inside the ovary. Ovules are born inside the ovary at placenta. Arrangement of ovules on placenta inside the ovary is called placentation. How many types? Those are 5 types. And Apocarpus gynoecium found in Codis, L. ram, very important. L. ram, that is lotus, rose, annona, michaelia. Parietal marginal placentation means ovules born on ventral suture. Parietal placentation, axial placentation means ovules born on axial. Axial means central axis. Ovules born on central axis with septa. Ovules born on central axis with septa is called axial placentation. Next, parietal placentation. Ovules born on inner wall of the ovary or peripheral part of the ovary, that is so called parietal placentation. Example, brassica, argemone, cucurbita. Initially unilocular, later it becomes bilocular due to formation of false septum in, that is brassica, argemone. False septum found in brassica, argemone. In brassica, number of carpels 2. Young ovary contains number of locules 1. Mature ovary contains number of locules 2. What happens means a formation of false septum called replum. False septum called replum found in brassica, argemone. What is free central placentation? That is free central placentation. Ovules born on central axis without septa, with degeneration of septa, that is so called free central placentation. Example, dianthus, primrose. Next, what is basal placentation? Basal. The ovule is present at base of the ovary. It is so called basal placentation. Examples that is marigold, sunflower, Asteraceae family, very very important. Marigold, sunflower. Examples: basal placentation. Examples: marigold, sunflower. Marigold means Tagetes. Sunflower means Helianthus. Example of marginal placentation means P. Fabaceae family. Which family? Fabaceae. P means Pisum sativum. Fabaceae family. Axial placentation found in China rose, tomato, lemon, onion. Parietal placentation found in Brassica, Argemone, cucurbita. Free central placentation found in Dianthus, primrose. Basal placentation found in marigold, sunflower. Did you understand, my dear students? I hope you understood, and we will meet in the next class.